Was a happy coming for the Spring Grove Lions last week as they ended up with a 35-14 win in week number 2 over the Houston Hurricanes. Head coach Kody Moore joining us. And Kody, in your review of the game, what were the main takeaways from your perspective?
Well, number one, I want to, give a big shout out to our fans. Homecoming Friday night, it was a great atmosphere. And it just was one of those things, one of those real memorable Friday nights. Houston brought a lot of people and our fans had a great showing as well. And, I know our guys really appreciate being able to play in that type of atmosphere. But, in looking at the actual game, I think, we did a nice job again of getting our QB ground game going. I thought Bryce had a really nice game with his legs. That was kind of our main source of offense. And anytime you're able to do that, you got to give credit to those guys up front. Brandon Yankee, Sean Crouch, Tyson Moan, and then we did get Emmett Engeldinger back this week there at guard. So that was great to have him back. And I thought you could just really see those guys working together well. I would like to see our running back ground game get going a little more, but Bryce sure had a big night with his legs. I think he had 12 carries for 245 yards and 4 touchdowns on the ground, along with he threw one to Brandon Yankee. I was real pleased with the way we finished the first half. We started with the ball. We put some nice drives together. We ended up scoring, and then it was 7-0 up until the last 5 minutes of the second quarter. There, we were able to put 3 touchdowns on the board in that last 5 minutes of the second quarter to go up 28-0 at half. So real pleased with the way we finished the second quarter there. And anytime, you can do that going into halftime, it makes it difficult on the other team. And reflecting on the other week against Alden Conger, we were up 14-0 and weren't able to punch a touchdown in before half. So it's nice to see that us setting those goals, we were able to get that done this week, finishing the half strong. So,
And continuing on that end of the first half, it really took all facets of your game to have that strong finish. You got the stop, the 15-yard line, Bryce with the 87-yard touchdown run a couple of plays later, then an interception, which led to another touchdown. How rewarding was it? It wasn't just your offense, wasn't just your defense, it was everybody contributing to that strong finish of the half.
yeah, definitely. That's a great point, Darren, because there was times where Houston did put drives together, but our defense stiffened up, and there was a few times where we stopped them down inside our own 10. So that was great to see. And again, you mentioned the turnovers. We were able to win the turnover battle 3-1. And so anytime you're able to do that, you put yourself in a good position to win a game. Looking at specific numbers, Zach Brum, he ended up with 17 tackles on the night. Dash Ransenberger had 14. So those guys had big nights. Emmett Engeldinger, Devin Williams up front. Those guys really stood out and doing a nice job of controlling the line of scrimmage. And you're exactly right. It was a total team win, against a quality Houston opponent. Houston was missing their starting quarterback, so I know that was a bit of a challenge for them. But yet, I thought our guys overall did a really nice job of handling a very quality opponent.
How cool was it for Emmett after missing now really over a season of football with that knee injury? And at the high school level, it isn't like you get a fifth year like you can in college due to an injury. How cool was it to have him back out on the field?
Yeah, Emmett, the last game that he played in would have been the state final there 2 years ago. And then he got hurt last offseason. So you could just see the happiness and joy on his face. The energy that he plays the game with is contagious for the rest of our guys. And so we were all, as coaches, we were all just so happy to see him back on the field doing what he loves to do. And he's definitely one of those guys that, like I mentioned, he's a leader who plays with so much energy that it filters into those other guys and it sets the tone for our team. And so it was tremendous to have him back. It's extremely fun.
And you talked about the running game with Bryce and the numbers that he put up. With what you want to do offensively, when you can establish that running game from the quarterback position, what else does that open up for what you want to do offensively?
Yeah, I mean, we talk about it all the time, the balance, right? So when we're able to get him going, you're able to have the defense start to add numbers to the box in order to stop that run. And that's when we have some good play action stuff we can get to. And then just in general, being able to create those one-on-one matchups on the outside with guys like Ben Udstoon, Ezra Griffin, Zach Brum, Troy Reinhardt. It just creates good matchups on the outside and favorable numbers, which football is a numbers game. You have if you have more numbers in the box and you're going to be able to run the ball, you're going to do that. If they have to stack the box and you can go outside, then that's exactly what we want to do.
And this week, you make the trip up to Grand Meadow. What are you expecting out of the Super Larks?
Yeah, I know they've struggled the last few years here when you look record wise, but Josh Bain, he's doing a great job of trying to get that program back turned around, and they're well coached. They're disciplined. They play, fundamentally sound. What they can do, Darren, is they can ball control. They run that old school straight T offense. And so you have to be disciplined defensively in doing your job and not get caught flowing inside and then they keep it outside. You have to do your job and be disciplined. And, if we're able to do that, we'll give ourselves a good shot. Hopefully we can, continue to keep our balance offensively. That'll be important. They do some different things defensively and mixing up fronts. So our offensive line is going to have to do a real nice job of communicating. And, I know that we'll work that this week and make sure we're ready to go there Friday night to head out and take on a good Grand Meadow team.
So long story longer, it's one of those things where the message this week is Grand Meadow's record is what it is, but they're still Grand Meadow, right?
Oh yeah, exactly. We know better than to overlook a team like this. We had some major battles over the years in that section title game that were, fun games, memorable games, and they're just a tremendous program. They always have been. So we know that we got to handle our business. We'll get better each day here at practice and be ready to rock Friday night.
All right. Hopefully the road finds you well once again this week, Coach. Keep your kids healthy. We wish you best of luck.
Thanks a lot, Darren. I appreciate it.
Spring Grove coach Kody Moore. It's the Super Larks and the Lions Friday night in Grand Meadow.